So you mentioned you started your school at 25. I'm curious to know what your life was like, because 25 is a very young age, but you seem to have been established then. How was your childhood like?
Oh, my childhood, I grew up with my 3 siblings, 4 girls and our mother.
Okay.
And it was a beautiful one, you know, girls put together in one bedroom. You know, at a point when we're like 21, 22, my younger sister and I, we decided we were not sleeping in the room with my big sister. So we moved to a corner somewhere, made our own room. It was beautiful, you know, girls in the house. And I was like the boy among the girls, you know. It was fun. Then because I loved children, I one day went to a nursery school, and I think somehow I didn't like the way one teacher was treating the children, so I decided I'd run a school as if I could take all the children, you know, in Dansoma another time. Okay. And so we started. Fortunately, there was this lady, Mrs. Bramlabi. She's like my big sister. Okay. She ran a nursery school, and my nieces were attending the school. And I liked her concept, so I decided this is what I want. So she was like my role model.
Was it a Montessori? Or
no, hers was not a Montessori. It was an early childhood school. Okay. So I started mine gradually in my mother's house. You know, I used to save with my mother, and then when I get money, I go and buy a trip of sand, stones, and then I bought cement, and then she was saving my money. And at that time, it was difficult, you know, for a young girl to say that I'm building. Yeah. And anytime I decided to do something, I didn't want to share the idea with anybody, because I got a few people who discouraged me that at your age, you're going to set up a school for what? Go and work for somebody. So what I did was that when I raised the money with my mother, then I go and buy the sand. And one trip of sand that I bought, I'm saying this to the young people, one trip of sand that I bought, assuming those days I bought for 10 cedis. Then somebody told me, if you hire the truck and you buy it from the site, you get it like 6 cedis. Instead, so I went to Malam Junction, hired the truck. We went to where at McCarthy Hill, somewhere down somewhere. We want to buy my first trip, and then when I came home, I told the man I want another trip, meaning I'm not paying the 10 cedis, I'm paying the 6 cedis. That was a smart move. So I started molding my blocks in the house. Then gradually I started building. Then I started, you know, so from my mother's house, I started gradually. Then fortunately I had a friend who also wanted to help me. Then my big sister, who was also a nursery teacher, she runs a school now, Reverend Pelpintel. She was my headmistress, and she helped me manage to run the school. And it was a beautiful, beautiful school.
You sound like nothing stops you. You sound like you don't even listen to criticism. You said you stopped telling your plans to people because they would discourage you. That's a really rare skill for young people to have, because we like to share our ideas, you know. How did you come into that character?
You can share your ideas, but don't share your ideas with friends when they give you negative report. Once you pray about it and you are convinced that whatever you want to do is good for you, go ahead. Even if you fail, you will try again. But if you let people discourage you, you cannot get on in life. So at that very early age, I decided that when I want to do something, sometimes I discuss with my mother. And even if my mother does not agree with me, and I go and pray about it and I'm convinced, I go ahead and I do.
So do you say you're a very intuitive person? You go with your guts?
Oh yes, with my intuition, I do that a lot. Even my husband will tell you, when I tell him, don't let us do this, and he says, oh, I think we should do it, most of the times it fails. So anytime I say something, he said, should we try it? I said, if you want to do it, let's go ahead and do it. But sometimes it works. I haven't said I'm a perfect person. Certain things will fail, but at least when you fail, you know that you did this and you failed.